Hello everyone. In this session, we'll talk about how to verify JSON schema, whole JSON schema. So when we did the automation, so if you remember, we were using to verify particular field schema. We were saying that something like that. I would show you using this. So in Chai.js session, we would be saying that expect pm.response.user.email to be a string, right? So we would be verifying that particular field should be type of string, kind of a schema validation. But let's say if the field has around 100 values or 100, if the response has 100 values like this one, if we run this register one, right? So if we run this, and if you see the response, there are around 15 to 20 value, right? And similarly for login, if we run this, there are unlimited values, right? Like it is around 50 plus. So we can't do that for each field, right? We could not say that response.json.user.id should be integer, user.id should first name should be string, and so on. Okay, so for that, the Postman provides one useful library called TVF, Tiny Validator. So that's how you can verify the data. So when you insert the script, you would see this. So in here, we are not needing this. We also don't need this because we will be verifying data from the response. And he can say verify schema is varied. Now we have to supply a schema here, right? So this schema won't work. So for us, the schema would be, so how to get schema? So the schema is simple. You can also create that. Like if you see the previous example schema, there would be an item JSON. Under that, there will be item JSON type would be Boolean. But we can't do that for this. Like we can do that, but it will take a lot of time. Now what we can do, we can just simply copy this JSON, okay, and go on Google and search some libraries which can generate data from generate schema from JSON. So JSON to schema. Right? So there are a number of tools, but I would suggest this one. This is a very good tool. Other tools generate schema and they give certain extra elements which are not needed. This one is good one. Liquid Technologies one. It only gives the schema detail, nothing else. So just paste it, right, and click on generate schema. So you would see this one, right? So user is basically an object. First name is string, ID is integer, int sign is Boolean. So it has created a whole schema, right, in matter of seconds. So what you can do, just copy this schema, go back to Postman, and in here replace this to your schema, close out this. Now to verify the data, you could say that to get the data is basically pm.response.json. This response data should be equivalent to my schema, right? So now if I run my test, right now you see 4 tests. Now this other one, these 4 tests are coming from collection level, like 3 from collection level, 1 from JSON data, and this is my schema validation. So till now you are not doing the schema validation, but you can do that using the TVF library. So now if I run this, I'm getting 5 out of 5 results, and they see it's saying schema is valid, right? If you so if you see the console after clearing out everything, see no error. So that's how you can verify schema. So but the problem is if the schema is too long, it will take a lot of space or a lot of lines in the script. So what you can do, you can save this schema at collection level so that it is easier for you to maintain also, right? You don't want, sorry. So what you don't want is basically like if something changes, you have to go particular API request again and again. And if this API is used by multiple requests, you will go in multiple requests. So what you can do is basically copy this schema JSON, right? And go in collection and add a variable in collection. And you can do that for multiple APIs, right? So you can say login schema and just save this here, right? And update it. I'll take this value because we will be using it, right? And now in here, I could just say, rather than using this long code, I could just say remove all this. See, this is a very long JSON. So remove all this. And just verify the collection variable schema, which would be get something like this. It would be get I have to remember the name, login schema, I think. So I could say login schema, right? So again, in the results, now we have saved a lot of code here, or a lot of lines here. So we could just say string hit. The results is same. You are verifying the data, not writing any other code, directly fetching the data from response.json and directly fetching the schema from. So you can, if you can use, like, you store all these schema on collection level. Now, even if I hit again, it is checking the schema. Now in future, if some fields are added or removed, this schema would fail, and you can raise an issue for the developers or make some changes in that. Thank you for taking the session. I'll see you in the next session.